You get home after a long day, full of plans to be productive or relax in a way that actually feels good. But instead, you somehow end up in a TikTok rabbit hole or binge watching a random show that you don't even like that much. And suddenly, it's 11 p.m. and you're wondering where the time went. I wanted to do so many things. Yeah, me too, bestie. Does that sound familiar? Let's be completely honest, I don't know anyone out there who would actually enjoy these types of evenings over having evenings that genuinely feel relaxing or productive. So I made a change. I figured out how to actually use my evenings in a way that moves me closer to the life I want. If you're ready to stop wasting your time after work and finally start feeling good about how you spend your evenings, this video is for you ladies. And since I want to make this really real and practical, I will be filming one point each day of the week to show you what I'm actually doing on my weekdays. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. The biggest game changer is having a structure for your evenings. Now, you do not need a strict minute-by-minute plan, but you need to know what you want to do once you get home from work or once you close your work laptop. I used to tell myself that when I get home from work, I will be productive, I will do so many things, I have so many ideas that I could do. And then I would get home and what would I do? Nothing. Because I would always end up doing whatever was easiest, which was always either watching Netflix or scrolling on my phone. Now, I always have a structure for my evenings. This means I write in my calendar what I want to do in that evening. For instance, tonight, I'm editing a video. I have a 2-hour editing block in my calendar. Having a simple structure for your evenings makes you feel like you have your stuff figured out without feeling too rigid. For example, you could have a plan that looks something like this. Having a plan, however loose it might be, removes decision fatigue. And decision fatigue is what happens when you make too many decisions in a day, and at the end of the day, you just don't have the mental space to make any more decisions. Therefore, you don't have the mental space to be very disciplined, to do things that are not very easy. So you need to make it easy for yourself to do the things you said you would do. You know, this also applies to self-care time. Because I noticed if I plan to have a self-care evening and I actually put that in my calendar and I'm fully intentional about it, I truly enjoy my time way more than if I just go home and I lay on the couch and then I see that it's already late. So I think, okay, might as well just make this a self-care evening because I haven't done anything productive. That doesn't feel good, but getting home and being like, okay, now I will put on a face mask, I will watch YouTube, I'll watch Netflix, I'll do whatever I want, feels way better than just drifting into that unintentionally. The thing is, having a cute little evening plan makes me feel like that girl, you know, the one who has her whole life together. Even if it's just the vibes and a to-do list on my Notion, there's just something about that makes me feel organized. But let's be real, not every night feels productive. Sometimes you literally need to trick yourself into starting. And that's where my favorite lazy girl hack comes in. After work, it's really easy to convince yourself that you're too tired to do anything. But most of the time, it's not actual exhaustion, it's just resistance. Like, you don't feel like doing it. And this is where the do it for 5 minutes rule comes in. If you plan to do something once you get home, but then you get home and you say, no, I don't feel like doing it, just tell yourself, I will do it for 5 minutes. If you still don't feel like doing it after 5 minutes, you can just stop. 99% of the time, you will just keep going. Why? Because starting was the hardest part. I'll tell you a secret. It's 10 p.m. I just got home. I left my place at around 7 a.m. this morning. Believe me when I say that I did not feel like sitting down and filming. However, I had planned to do this. And so I just sat down and did it. And honestly, right now I'm having fun. The initial resistance was the worst part. Now that I got over that, I just told myself I will do it for 5 minutes. Honestly, I feel like I could keep going like this. So let's unbox a package that I got. This is my final week before my half marathon race and I got some running fuel. Cute! These are the running gels that I got. 15 apple flavored running gels. I love the fake green apple flavor. I mean, look at this. I think I'm set for my race. Replacing passive consumption with active creation was a huge shift. Instead of mindlessly consuming content for hours, I started creating instead. If you're always watching other people's lives, but you're never building your own, you're missing out. I used to watch endless self-improvement videos, thinking that I was being productive, but nothing in my life was actually changing because I wasn't applying the things that I was learning in those videos. So now, whenever I consume something, I also create something from it. If I read a book or watch videos and I learn some good ideas, I apply that to my life. And tonight, instead of watching random content and just scrolling through TikTok for hours, I will be editing so I can also create something and I can post something. Even if I don't manage to finish everything, that is still fine. It's always progress over perfection. I never said this actually lowers my screen time. When I started using my spare time in the afternoon and evenings to create videos instead of just consuming, I realized that enjoying your evenings doesn't come from doing as little as possible. It comes from doing things that actually energize and relax you. And honestly, for me, sometimes just laying on the couch and watching episode after episode of a Netflix series doesn't feel that mentally replenishing as being creative and working on something. And yes, being a creator next to working and studying is a lot of work, but honestly, it is 100% worth it. Now, this is not supposed to mean that creating content is the only fun thing you can do in your evenings. You just need to find a hobby that you actually enjoy, something that makes you feel creative or makes you feel relaxed. It could be a workout, it could be singing or drawing or cooking. Maybe you can bake some cakes for your friends. It doesn't matter what it is. Just find something you genuinely enjoy. Tonight, I'm finishing up a 48-hour assignment from uni because the deadline is tomorrow. It's been a very intense day, same as yesterday. While it's definitely not the most fun thing to come back home and sit down and still work on this assignment that I've been working on for the past 2 days, I don't think that productivity should feel like punishment. You can try to make it as fun as possible and just romanticize your life. I love lighting a candle, making some tea, having a little snack, putting on some nice music. It makes it 10 times better, and then I can actually enjoy my time. It's 11:20 and I just got home. Now, of course, not every evening is like this, but honestly, sometimes you need to know where to draw the line and when to say, okay, I think the most productive thing I can do is to actually rest. I haven't slept very well in the past couple of nights. I have always had to get up early. And I think this is the perfect evening to just do nothing. I'll go do my skincare, I will go to bed, read something, like just have a nice evening for myself. It's just gonna be a self-care evening. It's so important to make your evenings feel special. Yeah, it's great to be productive. It's great to get home and sit down at your laptop and do some more things. That can help you achieve all of your goals and your dreams and build your perfect life. However, sometimes you just gotta rest. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself and for your future is to just take a night off. And in those times, you need to make your evenings feel special. You need to go all out on your self-care rituals, to do things that you actually enjoy so that you can really relax and replenish your energy. So that's what I'm gonna do. And this also helps me not just sit down somewhere and scroll, because oftentimes when we're really tired, the go-to move is to just lay down and watch Netflix or scroll. And yes, it might feel good, but I bet that you will feel better if you actually get up and you go do your skincare. You put on some music, you maybe light a candle, and you do your self-care ritual that you want to do. You take a shower, do a face mask, read a book, do something that's actually relaxing and not just numbing. Because this is what makes you look forward to these evenings. Using your evenings is not about hustle culture and doing as much as possible. It is about doing things that will help you prepare for the next day and that will make you actually look forward to your evenings. Your 9 to 5 might pay the bills, but it doesn't have to take over your whole life. Your evenings, that's where you can build your dream life. It is not about being perfect. It's just about making small choices that feel good and move you forward. So light a candle, romanticize everything, and use your evenings for you. Because this is where change actually happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a nice evening.